19 adults and 2 children died from that strike on March 7th.
Ukrainian officials are accusing Russia of violating the rules of war by carrying out an airstrike on residential buildings. The United States is barring Russian oil from entering the country. President Joe Biden announced the policy yesterday and said that decision has bipartisan support. He says that this is one of the steps to hold Russia accountable for its invasion of Ukraine.
The sanction joins others already in place on Russia's financial system designed to punish President Vladimir Putin. Biden does acknowledge that the move will likely cause gas prices to spike. But North Dakota might be the answer. State officials say they have the potential to fill the hole left by Russian import bans. Congressman Kelly Armstrong and Governor Doug Burgum are inviting President Joe Biden to visit the Bakken oil formation.
They want him to see firsthand the work of domestic oil production. U.S. Senator Kevin Cramer says North Dakota has the reserves and the infrastructure in place if the right incentive or the right messaging could be put forward.
A University of Minnesota economist says that ban on Russian oil will impact more than just gas prices. Ed Usage says that we can expect higher food prices starting with a critical crop. Concerns of a shortage are driving up the price of wheat, which has already increased nearly 50%. Russia is also a major fertilizer producer, an already expensive commodity that farmers need, and it will likely impact the spring planting.
Well, U.S. also says everyday household products could get more expensive too. Anything made and out of packaged in plastic. Many items include smartphones, tires, foam, sheet cushions, burnt ointment, and cold and allergy pills, gummy vitamins, and Band-Aids. They're all made out of oil.
It is now 6:50, just about 6:51, I should say, on this Wednesday morning, and we're starting out pretty cold, Lisa.
Yeah, cold as we watch our system move on and the northwesterly wind takes over for today. At least we have a nice sunrise in Fargo. It's taking shape here this morning, looking kind of pretty, though we do have a cloud deck overhead. And there are places where we're clear, other spots where we are also experiencing some clouds as well. Fargo's at 7 degrees and it feels even colder. You can see the camera shaking in the background here, and that wind bringing us down to 9 below for our wind chill. It's 1 above in Grand Forks and in Thief River Falls, but it feels like we're closer to 20 below in both of those locations here to start off today. So a frigid start for you. 3 in Fergus Falls and in Bemidji, we're looking at wind chills into the teens below 0. Devil's Lake is at 6 and 7 below your wind chill. So a morning to bundle up and be prepared for the cold as you're heading outside to brush the snow off your vehicle. You're going to need those heavier coats and the thicker mittens here to start off. And in addition to that, you can see on our radar and satellite map, it's fairly quiet this morning. There may be a couple of pockets where we see a little bit of flaky activity as we make our way through the morning hours. But overall, looking at things kind of winding down for us to start off the day today. There is some wind. It's out of the north or northwest, and you can see we're seeing some wind speeds into the teens. Roseau a gust to 18 miles per hour. Southern Valley a gust to 17 in Detroit Lakes. Not terrible, but there will be some areas where we're gusting into the 20s, and that could lead to more drifting across the roadways and more potential for some slick spots on the roads. And speaking of, there's a little bit lower visibility in Valley City and Cooperstown this morning, 7 miles and 6 miles respectively. And those locations might be seeing a little bit of that drifting going on. Here's a look at your planner for the bus stop. This morning, chilly for the kids, and this afternoon, still chilly, but a little bit better. 13 degrees your high. We'll see that wind remaining out of that northwesterly direction in general through the day today. And again, some gusts getting into the 20s. And even this afternoon, there might be 1 or 2 isolated snowflakes that affect us. As we head into Thursday, frigid morning, we're looking at temperatures down below 0, wind chills even lower. Another clipper moves through Thursday night into Friday. We get hit by another shot of cold air. But you can see what's going on after that. We spring forward this weekend with daylight saving time, and so do our temperatures, 20s and 30s. That's a lot better than where we are right now.
Yeah, looking forward to that spring forward in temperatures anyway. Lisa, thank you this morning. We want to get a check of your road conditions out there, though. We just got that fresh snow overnight, as Lisa was talking about, and we are talking about a travel alert for parts of North Dakota this morning. It has actually gotten a bit smaller since we have started tracking this morning when we came on the air at 4:30. I'll outline the part that impacts us. We are along the Canadian border, over to Pembina and down to Walsh counties, over to about Devil's Lake, and then up and around it. Everything that I am shading in red here is what we are in with a travel alert. Devil's Lake, the biggest city in that area, and then just north of Jamestown is where that about starts there this morning. So there you need to watch out. You could be impacted with some snow and ice-covered roads, and conditions could change unexpectedly. So watch out there. Taking a look at our interstate, though, from about Hillsboro north to the Canadian border, I-29 yellow dotted, partially ice-covered. Heading south, though, Hillsboro till it looks like about the Harwood exit, if I had to guess there, we're talking partially ice-covered. And now this is an improvement also since 4:30 this morning. They're now showing that the interchange in Fargo, I-94, I-29, green seasonal conditions. Those plows have been out this morning working. Heading on over to Minnesota, we are seeing some issues there as well. It looks like from Detroit Lakes to Perham along Highway 10, we are talking about snow on the road there. Highway 59 from Monoman to Detroit Lakes, also snow, but some of those major roads, I-94, Moorhead to Alexandria, green or seasonal. And then Highway 10 from Moorhead to Detroit Lakes, green seasonal as well. Northwestern Minnesota, mostly seasonal conditions there as well. A few snow-covered roads around Thief River Falls, so be careful around there. We're going to keep tracking this throughout the morning so you can get where you need to go safely. Phoenix?
Thank you, Jordan. Well, it's been a long winter in the Red River Valley with a record-breaking number of winter storms. That means a lot of shoveling comes along with that, but some may have given up on a few blizzards ago. The Valley Today's JC Dodd joins us live this morning with a reminder of what you could pay if you don't clear your sidewalks. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Phoenix. I'm in a neighborhood here in South Moorhead where it looks like the neighbors here might have given up on shoveling their portion of the sidewalk a few storms ago. Look at this snowbank that is piled up here on this crosswalk, and this is, according to a city ordinance here in Moorhead, property owners on a corner property like this are required to clear these. And I know this has been building up all winter long. It is pure ice at this point, and it's extremely dangerous. I'm not the most graceful person, and I am a little nervous climbing over trying to get through that. So think of the people out walking their dogs and things like that. So you are required and responsible to get your sidewalks clear that are adjacent to your property, and especially these crosswalks right here. So in the city of Moorhead, what are you facing if you don't? So the city asks people to call in and notify them of any treacherous areas, any walkways that might be dangerous, and they would give you a warning. And if you don't get it cleared in a certain amount of time, they would send a private contractor out here to clear it for you, and you would be footing that bill along with a $100 service fee that you would have to pay. So a pretty penny to get it cleaned up if you don't do it yourself. It's the same story over in Fargo. I talked to public works officials yesterday, and they say 300, or it's 299, so almost 300 homeowners and property owners have had to pay up to get their property cleared by the city. The city hired a private contractor to do it for them. So it's been a long winter. I know we're all tired of it, but it's still March. We're still in the thick of it. They really want people out there getting their sidewalks cleared, like the plows have been working all winter. They need you to keep those shovels out and ready.
Well, thank you so much, JC.
Yes, definitely make sure you're doing that.
Well, people in a South Fargo apartment complex are on edge after a string of vehicles break-ins. Several cars were broken into Monday morning at the 5400 block of 42nd Avenue South.
One woman says she just moved in a month ago, and the burglaries have her feeling angry and unsafe. She says the thieves got away with some major items.
Took some checks. They took my boyfriend's dad's sweater that passed away in September, and they took a memento box of mine. It had a bunch of stuff that was from trips that me and my boyfriend have taken together the last 4 or 5 years.
4 burglaries have been reported, and Fargo police say the value of everything stolen is not yet clear. And it seems we don't need to worry just about getting into your car, with the thieves anyway, but they can also get under it.
Well, check out this crime that's a sign of the times. Police in Sacramento, California arrested a man who they say busted into a secured parking lot and stole gasoline from nearly every county vehicle parked there. They blame spiking gas prices, which are topping $5 in California. The thief used a handheld power tool to drill holes in gasoline tanks underneath vehicles and left behind behind puddles of spilled fuel.
So what can you do to protect your car from a gas theft? AAA recommends parking in a garage, a well-lit area, or a secured location. Drivers should also find a spot with the most visibility and foot traffic as well. We have new information this morning on a runaway Fargo teen we have been telling you about. Police now say 13-year-old Jaden Blay was found and is safe after running away last night around 6 o'clock. 3 people are in jail after a woman claims she was kidnapped and forced to dig her own grave. Alicia Alanes, Mariah Bunker, and Joshua Adams are charged in that case. The alleged victim told police that she asked Alanes for a ride from Fargo to her apartment in Detroit Lakes on Friday. When they got there, she says her locks were changed and she had to break a window to get inside.
Court documents say that Alanes yelled at the woman, told her to get in the car, then drove into a rural area where she gave the victim a shovel and told her to dig her own grave. She somehow got away and knocked on a man's door for help. The 3 suspects were arrested near Wadena. Alanes says that the woman was suicidal and had run into traffic.
The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up for you right now on the Fargo CW. Otherwise, have a happy and safe Wednesday.